Hey guys, welcome back! As you know, the Xbox 360 have quite a few of these compilations, and these ones that I have in my collection are still sealed, so let's break the seal and take a look at these amazing games. Come on! All these games were previously released as digital downloads through Microsoft's Xbox Live Arcade distribution platform, and later found their way into this form of physical packs. So let's start things off with this first triple pack that includes Trials HD, Limbo and Splosion Man. I'm familiar with the first two and have already finished them on the PC, but I had never heard about Splosion Man till I bought this pack. And the funny thing is that I became totally addicted to it. This package was released back in April of 2011, and as you saw just now, more than 7 years later, I had the time to fully enjoy it. There isn't much to tell about Trials HD. It's the third installment on the series and it's a really addictive game. If you're familiar with the Trials franchise, you know what to expect. An extremely fun and engaging little game that had its origins as a Flash title to play using a web browser, and that everyone should try. The later games are obviously of greater quality and playability, and you can check my full review of Trials Fusion by clicking on the annotation on the top right of the screen. As for Limbo, what an overwhelming experience it was! By the time of its release, a formula that was cloned and repeated to exhaustion by so many other games that followed, a winning formula, I must add. In this one, we must guide our little hero across this monochromatic world, overcoming various obstacles, traps and enemies along the way. You're obviously familiar with it, so let's move on. As for Splosion Man, what a fun and addictive little game. I wasn't expecting this. Never read or watched stuff about it, so this is my very first contact with it, just like with others featured in this episode that I'm gonna show next. So in Splosion Man we control this weird science experiment with the ability to explode himself repeatedly with the one and only goal of escaping this lab. Moving on to the second triple pack, here's the amazing Beyond Good and Evil HD from Dust and Outland. These last two I've never played before, so let's just start with Outland. It's nothing more than a fast and agile 2D action platformer with a large variety of fighting tactics. It's set in a mystical open world in where newly acquired abilities offers the chance to return to previous areas and explore new paths. The main focus couldn't be simpler. Take down enemies and advance to other areas. As said, there are certain paths that can't be initially reached, so we have to acquire certain abilities, like break through stone floors or charge attacks to break through walls, in order to be allowed to explore them further. Let's move on to From Dust. It was designed by Eric Chahi, responsible for the smash hit Another World, or Out of This World if you're in North America, in where we take control of a godlike entity responsible for this tribe, to whom the safe route across each map must be shown, building villages along the way. The only power we have is to rearrange the landscape, absorbing things and placing them somewhere else. If you look carefully, it has a small taste of Populous, if you're familiar with that one, another smash hit back from the glorious Amiga days. Finally, the third title from this triple pack is Beyond Good and Evil HD, a title that was originally released back in 2003 for Windows, PS2, Xbox and GameCube. If you haven't played it before, Here's the perfect excuse, cause a prequel is currently in development and will be released somewhere in the near future. This is a game mainly focused on stealth and puzzle solving, in where you control a photojournalist named Jade, but if you're not familiar with it, which I think is almost impossible, there's also platform, shooting, combat and racing sequences. It was extremely well received when it originally came out, and I forgot to mention that it came from the brilliant mind of Michel Ancel, creator of the Rayman series. Next up, the Dreamcast Collection for the Xbox 360 that features Sonic Adventure, Crazy Taxi, Space Channel 5 Part 2 and Sega Bass Fishing, 4 unforgettable classics. There isn't much to say about these games. Well, I can start by telling you that Crazy Taxi is my favorite game on the Dreamcast, and you can watch my top 10 games for that system right after this episode. The link will be available on the top right of the screen. As for this collection in particular, well, it's a mess. Sega should have done a lot better with this package. The sound is badly optimized and with strange mixing issues, not to mention that there's no Offspring soundtrack playing in the background of Crazy Taxi. What a shame! And just now, I realized how bad Sonic Adventure is. And Sega didn't even bother on giving it the 16:9 treatment for this release. As for Sega Bass Fishing, it misses an important peripheral. The fishing rod, of course. I simply couldn't get the hang of it with a 360 controller.
This one's huge.
So let's move on to Space Channel 5 Part 2. Never played it back then, so this was, again, my first attempt. And I was completely addicted. Spent hours playing around with it, and this bit of craziness still holds up pretty damn well today. As said, Sega could have done a lot better with this Dreamcast compilation. It was rushed, uninspired, and I totally felt that it completely missed to bring that shiny blue or red swirl back to our lives.
Down.
Right, left, two.
Right, left, left, two. We saved them mostly.
To conclude, Team 17 teaches a lesson to Sega with this Alien Breed Trilogy compilation that is nothing more than a remake, a reboot, and a remastered reinvention of the series for modern systems. As you know, Alien Breed began as an Amiga exclusive game, released back in 1991 and heavily inspired on the Alien films and Gauntlet video games that helped to sell a lot of Commodore computers back in the day. Alien Breed was even featured on a TV advert for the launch of the Amiga 600. As the name of this compilation suggests, it offers a complete new trilogy: Alien Breed Evolution, Alien Breed 2 Assault, and Alien Breed 3 Descent. Core gameplay is quite repetitive throughout the whole 3 games, but it can really grab me, cause I've always been a fan of the series back in the Amiga days, and this sort of dark, claustrophobic and eerie environment are ingredients that I absolutely love in these sci-fi survival horror top-down shooters. So how all this mess came to be? Our ship, called Leopold, drops out of hyperspace and collides with a mysterious ghost ship that is, you guessed it, infested by hostile alien creatures. Our main goal is to try to restart the engines of our damaged ship to prevent from crashing into some planet below. But the engines are too badly damaged, so we must infiltrate the ghost ship, discovering that an anti-human force and its defenses have been programmed to attack humans on sight. Yes, it's one of those days. So our journey begins, killing everything on sight, collecting keycards, restoring power, scoring innocents, etc. The camera angle can be rotated manually 45 degrees at a time using the shoulder buttons, but it can be a bit disorienting. We must follow the waypoints, represented by that triangle on the top right of the play area. It tells us where to go and points to our next objective. I truly recommend this package for fans of the genre, cause this really grabbed me the first time I played, probably because of that bit of nostalgia in relation to the origins of the series. So guys, here you have it, 4 Xbox 360 compilations that are welcomed in my collection and that I've really relished discovering. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe to the channel and click on that bell icon to be notified when a new one is available. Also feel free to use and abuse that comment section below. Have you played any of these? Do you also have these compilations? Tell me everything and share a few more with us all. I cover a lot older stuff since the early days of video gaming, so if you love everything video game related, regardless of its era, click on these examples, relax and take a journey back in time, along with itsaPIXELthing. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you all in the next episode.